And happy birthday to me. Oh, it's my birthday. Yay. I want to take a minute and say thank you to Carbeck for the new decks, which I'm going to open and use probably right now. And also for the amazing $200 gift / donation, whatever you want to call it. I call it a gift. It looks like a gift to me. I truly appreciate you. Totally made my day. All of the happy birthday wishes. I appreciate everybody. Thank you. So I'm just going to, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can open this. I'm just going to start with a collective, and I might do more than one if I can get this deck open. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Thank you, Leanne, for the happy birthday. I appreciate you. Let me get rid of that. Okay. All right. 2 new decks. Plus this one and another one he had gotten. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Ooh. I like these. I like it. I like it a lot. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a bunch of readings. We'll see what happens. All right. Maybe if I can get these open. I feel like I should have brought something with me to something. That's not working. Whatever. We'll get them open eventually. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right. I don't know what these are. So we'll start with a collective reading. I love all these decks. Thank you again. Okay. Let's do, oh my gosh, Carmack, really? You're so freaking amazing. You are unbelievably good to me. I appreciate you tremendously. My goodness. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm using the decks you got. At least a few of them. I haven't decided how many readings I'm doing, but let's start with a collective reading and see where we go from there. That's a lot. Well, thank you, Carmack, for interrupting your day at work to hang out for a hot minute. I appreciate you. I also feel like mentioning that we have eclipse season happening, and I feel like it's pretty much taking place in this month. I'm going to look at my calendar. We have a full moon in Virgo total lunar eclipse on the 14th. And then a partial solar eclipse in Aries on the 29th. I feel like things are going to really just start getting moving and shaking. And frankly, I'm going to do a video for my gratitude group on this, probably or later on this evening, about the conspiracy theories. But there's literally a collective shift taking place is what it is. I mean, it's a narrative shift and it's a collective one. And so I'll get into it in the video, but hold on to your hats. Like if you're all for it, woohoo, let's like be excited. And if you're not, take a deep breath because it's happening. Like I'm all for it. But again, teach their own. So we'll get into that later. Anyways, all right, collective reading. We have overall energy is number 35, first chakra, Archangel Michael. I feel like I should have done a timestamp on this for the first reading. There we go. First chakra, stability, security, grounded, stable, something possibly to do with finances. And then we have it pertaining to a mature man. Number 38, toil and labor. And number 1, main male. And honestly, it can be pertaining to all of those for you, or it could be just one. So take it how it resonates for you. It is a collective reading. The mature man always makes me feel like it's pertaining to the world card, mainly because he has the world in there. But it could be like somebody definitely older than you, but it also could be like a boss. It feels like an authoritative figure, if you will. That does rule you out. But hey, there's a main male, so there's more than one. But I feel like it definitely feels like it pertains to work and finance and something grounded and stable. There could be a new chapter opening up for you. Male, female, I won't say it's really gender specific, but I definitely feel like there could be an opportunity coming in, something for expansion. And the main male could be the mature male, but it could also be like a new client. It could be a new boss. It could be a new mentor. Like, take it how it resonates. Could even be you. So take it how it resonates for you. We have the 6 of Wands. Well, the 6 of Wands is all about recognition. So it could be a small level of fame for some, but it feels more like you could be getting some kind of interesting. I heard diploma, but I don't feel like it's that. I feel like it's more, maybe you're getting an award or receiving some kind of accolades. You could be getting a raise, something to that extent. And then we do have the 5 of Cups. Interesting, because next we have the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. So it feels as though whatever this recognition is that's coming in, whatever's taking place pertaining to these people, you could be feeling stuck in your first chakra, like fight or flight energy, instead of feeling very grounded and stable. Although I feel like that's going to shift, because I feel like the recognition is that maybe with the 5 of Cups, you've been focusing on the emotional aspects of things that weren't going your way, as opposed to praising things that are going your way. Thank you. Not only praising the things that are going your way, but so that what you focus on, you're perpetuating. Therefore, if you're going to be looking at things like, oh, this isn't going right, or that isn't going right, and if it feels like nothing is going right, start being grateful that you're, in essence, being shown up, how do I explain that? Shift the way that you're looking at the things, like understanding that everything is happening for a divine purpose, for your betterment. So if things feel icky, know that it is just a step in the process, and be grateful. Like, oh, the only way to go from here is up. Like, start shifting your energy out of the focus of lack or feeling as though things aren't going in your favor. With the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, it feels as though it just feels like something's out of grasp. However, I will say, in the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 17, action, and it's pertaining to number 2, a main female. So I wish I remembered what planets. I know Venus went retro in Aries on the 1st, but there's other planets. There's a lot of planet things going on this month. But I will say that for a lot of you, there could be a past life soulmate coming back around with the 6 of Cups, and or not maybe past life, but somebody from your past coming back around. And then we have the 3 of Wands. I feel like whatever it is that you've been waiting for is coming in for you. We also have the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is happy family, unconditional love. I definitely feel like there's a major shift and change coming with a main female into your life. I feel like, and again, flip the roles. Maybe it's a main male and you're the main female. It could be that the main male is the one that's been focusing on lack or feeling less than in some situation. I'm not going to do clarifications because I've now decided that I'm going to do a reading with all of the different cards. But I will say that, hello, Daniel, that I will say that it feels as though there's a major energy of understanding that somebody has been focused on lack or less than or emotional unsatisfaction. How does that sound? Something that just feels like it has not been going their way. But I will tell you that when you shift that focus onto what it is that you were grateful for, even if it's waking up in the morning, even if it's being grateful that you could eat. Like, be grateful that the sun came out or the rain came down to water the plants. That's another thing. People complain about the rain all the time. And I'll tell you what, I'm not a super fan of it raining constantly, although I live in an area where it rains constantly sometimes. But I have attempted to flip that into, I love the rain because the state I live in is absolutely beautiful. And if I didn't have the rain, it would look like the desert, although I'm possibly moving to the desert. But do you understand what I'm saying? There's a silver lining in everything, and it all really matters on how it is that you're perceiving things, any situation. And sometimes we jump the gun. Now I'm getting this whole narrative that I have to talk to you about. A lot of times something will happen and our immediate knee-jerk reaction, trigger reaction, is to get all huffy and puffy or upset or sad. And then in hindsight, when we finally let go of the misery within us, things finally start working out for us. And it's like, oh, if that never happened, I wouldn't be here today. And here is so much better than where I was, kind of energy. And so to kind of hold back on that knee-jerk reaction and maybe take a breath and respond differently, like, okay, I'm not a big fan of what I'm witnessing or what's taking place, but I know things are always working out for me. So even though I can't see it, good Lord, can I get a card? Even though I can't see it at this particular moment, things are definitely going to work out. And so just shifting that energy will bring good things in a lot faster than if you're sitting there whining about your past. We have number 37. Next week looks promising. Yes, it does. Every day is promising. Every week is promising. So I feel like there's somebody coming back around. It's going to be a major life change and shift for you. There's a new cycle beginning. There's a need to either you or somebody you're dealing with to get out of that energy of focusing on emotional dissatisfaction, whatever that looks like. It could be in love. It could be in work. I mean, we put emotions into a lot of things. It could pertain to your, relationship, where you're living, the car you're driving. Like, it doesn't matter. It can pertain to all. And if you stay focused in that energy, it's going to start sucking into all of your life. And then everything's just going to be crummy, even if it isn't. So we're going to use the next deck. I love my new decks, Carmack. I love them. Thank you. I don't need to shuffle those because we're moving to the new deck. And I'm looking at these for the very first time. I mean, clearly you saw me unpackage them. Ah. All right, let's shuffle. And I guess I need to shuffle those too because normally they'll come, they'll come in order. Okay, let's go to the second one. All right. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Collective reading number 2. Number 2. Can I get a card or 2 cards? That works too. Okay. Nice. Overall energy for the reading, we have number 29, the world in reverse. So immediately it's the energy of lacking perspective, being able to have faith in the future. It's also possibly the returning or repeating of a cycle. Oh, thank you, Orianda. I appreciate you. And it's pertaining to, well, number 33, concern, and number 3, marriage. Oh, my favorite numbers. 333. There's a need to definitely get in alignment with 333 if you're not, I mean, it clearly doesn't feel like you are with the world in reverse. So whoever resonates with this message, there's a need to shift out of concerned thinking pertaining to a marriage. I mean, I know it does. It's so much easier said than done, but if things aren't meant to move forward, they're not going to move forward. And I will tell you, with the North Node in Pisces, the South Node in Virgo, we have, like I said earlier, the full moon in Virgo taking place on the 14th. Full moon eclipse, lunar eclipse, right? Yes, total lunar eclipse. That's fate and destiny. It's the nodes of fate. And so whether those are your specific nodes or not, if you have prominent placements in Pisces or Virgo, or the person you're dealing with, it's karma and fate. Sometimes it's time for connections to end. And I know in our society, we're like, no, we just want to hoard things and hold on to them forever. And even if they're like, there's just no sense in holding on to something anymore, we're going to just keep forcing it to, you know, the circle to fit into the square peg. It doesn't work that way. When it's time for things to move forward or release or shift, let them, because that means that there's growth for you and the other person, and that you're getting more or less forced onto your path. So for whoever this is, don't repeat this cycle. It feels like there's a feeling or a desire to repeat a cycle, and definitely with the concern, and it's pertaining to a marriage. Now, marriage these days doesn't have to be societal marriage. It could be a long-term relationship. Take it how it resonates for you. But this is definitely a soulmate connection with the Lovers card, Gemini energy. And we have the Knight of Wands. Well, that's passion, forward momentum, action being taken. And then we have the Chariot, Cancer energy, victory, success, and movement or forward momentum. Also sometimes considered some kind of praise or recognition. It's interesting because the energy you're in doesn't reflect any of this. So for a lot of you, I'm getting a few things. For some of you, you're watching somebody move on into a soulmate connection, and it isn't with you. For others, it feels like there could be worry and stress pertaining to this, and it's not. It's almost like an old fear coming up to be cleared, if you will. I feel like it's more like the first one. I feel like this is somebody that you are fond of or attached to, and they're moving. Maybe they're already married or they're going to be married, and there's this fear or concern, stress, like it's almost a desire to not want to let go. It feels like there's a holding on to in the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 20, envy. Yeah, I feel like there's envy and jealousy pertaining to this relationship. And I don't feel like the relationship is you. And maybe they were a soulmate to you. Maybe they were just meant to be a friend. Maybe they were meant to be more, but in their life decision, they're making a choice. Nothing is forever. Everything changes. But in this envy, jealousy, we have number 32, despair. Like, whoa, energy, not great energy to be sad in. We have the Tower. Aries, Scorpio energy. That's life-changing. Things that were not built on a steady foundation are crumbling down. And I feel like you're being called with the High Priestess Pisces energy to follow your intuition. Get out of your ego mindset. There is an end coming. Okay, with the World card, which is Aquarius, Capricorn. I feel like you're trying to hold on to something that you are not meant to hold on to. You're trying to prevent an ending from coming. Now, again, whether it's your marriage and you don't want it to come to an end, or your relationship, whatever you want to call it, and that's what you're trying to prevent, I don't feel like this is something, I mean, you have all major arcanas with the exception of the Knight of Wands. Like, this is life-changing, and it's happening, and it's meant to happen. So, and it's going to happen, like, whether you like it or not. And maybe this is somebody you're dealing with. Maybe you can be like, yeah, I know exactly, like, I'm leaving, and they don't want it. It's meant to happen. This is major life shifts and changes taking place. And definitely the energy of envy, jealousy, despair, concern. I mean, you can't prevent it. That's a waste of your energy. I feel like everything is happening, yeah, for a divine purpose. We have the Four of Cups. This is the energy of rejection. It could be you being rejected and or feeling rejected. And then the Star card. There's a need to have faith that everything's working out for you. There's a need for faith in the future, for your wish fulfillment, for expansion in thinking. Like, sometimes we think our world is this tight-knit, the people around us, and it's so much bigger than that. There's so many other people in the world. Let's see. We have number 46, by the end of the day. Ooh, by the end of the day. Something major is transforming for you whenever you get this. All right, we're going to do one last collective. As I shuffle, I will read the chat. Which I already caught up on, so we're good. We're good on the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, celebrating my birthday. Thank you, Carmack, for the tarot decks, the $200 that you already gave me, and the $19.99. You have spoiled me. I appreciate you tremendously. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. You guys are so kind. I'm really excited to do my video and upload it with the conspiracy. The shift. The reality shift that's going to affect the entire world. Oh, I didn't need to shuffle those ones. All right, let's shuffle these ones. They're brand new. Just got pulled out of the package. Aw. Thank you, Carmack. You are so amazing. And yes, you have known me a long time. I feel like I was in my early 30s. Early-ish 30s? No, mid-30s maybe. Maybe 10 years-ish. I'm trying to do the math. Wow, it's probably about 30. I gotta do the math now. Mid to late 30s when I met you. I'm 46 now. Today I'm 46. I don't know. It's been a long time. All right, let's do the final reading. These are like neon. I like them. I like them a lot. I dig it. Sounds about right. You're supposed to say you don't look a day over 20. I'm going to pretend like that's what I heard. Okay, 30. 20 is a little young. 35, right? We'll say 35. I don't look a day over 35. I'm kidding. I kid. Ooh. All right, last reading. These are interesting. That's quite a few cards. Okay. I'm going to say right now, especially because I'm not clarifying, and 3 is my lucky number as well. Well, 2 is really my lucky number, but 3, good things come in 3, and it's my birthday on 3/3. So I'm claiming this reading. Okay, so overall energy for the reading, number 32, door to spirit. And it is pertaining to number 38, toil and labor, and number 26, great fortune. So for me, opening the door to spirit is being, well, not only in alignment with your higher self, but it's walking like your spiritual path. It's kind of like the templed path, but I feel like you're definitely more, it makes me think of Pisces in the North Node. Like everybody should be opening the door to spirit at this point because Pisces is the North Node. So spirituality is going to become, for at least the next 18 months, a really big deal for a lot of people. I feel like this is definitely pertaining to work, though, that maybe you open the door to spirit pertaining to your work, to whatever it is that you're putting your energy and effort into with toil and labor, and there's great fortune coming in for you. Now, fortune can be wealth, but you can feel fortunate in so many different aspects of your life. And so, yes, by feeling fortunate in one aspect will bring fortune in other aspects. It's like the trickle effect, right? I'm seeing somebody throw a pebble in the pond and the rings, like it starts expanding out into other aspects of your life. We have the 7 of Cups. So I feel like with the 7 of Cups, there's a choice that needs to be made, but I feel like you have a lot of emotional opportunities. Now, excuse me, it could be, for some of you, your abilities could be expanding at this time, but I feel like there's a lot of things that, like, your heart's desires are starting to accumulate. Things are starting to pop out of nowhere. It's like you have options coming in. And for some of you, it could be relationship options, taking how it resonates, but I feel like it's much deeper than that. With the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. I feel like there's clarity, intuition, truth, honesty. Could even be somebody coming in with some form of communication, but I feel like it's also laser focus. Like you're able to see what your dreams, desires are, and you're moving towards them with the Chariot card, victory, success, and movement forward. With the Cancer energy, by the way, with the Chariot, I feel also that this is something that could bring about some form of interesting. Well, I heard there's clarity in recognition. There's clarity in recognition. There could be something that you're going to recognize. How do I explain that? There could be something that or somebody that it's almost like deja vu, and it brings about some kind of clarity for you. We have the 3 of Swords. There could have been something that was heartbreaking. Now, the 3 of Swords could pertain to love. It doesn't always. There can be like, oh, I didn't get the part, or I didn't get the job. That can be a heartbreaking situation. Like, it's some immediate internal feeling of I wasn't good enough or whatever the case is. I also feel like you're charging through that and the recognition, the clarity that, okay, I'm hearing that it feels like it was something pertaining to protection. Like sometimes rejection is protection. In our human form, we can be like, no, this is what I want. But in hindsight, now I'm seeing a girl. So, okay, let's put this in a love context. Have you ever wanted somebody, male or female, that you were just like, oh God, that's the one for me? And you got that heart stab of, no, it didn't happen. They picked somebody else. And then at some point you see their true colors, or you see them out and about, or you find out what that other person that they picked went through. And you're like, oh, like, I'm so glad that I was not the one picked. Like, you know, I dodged a bullet in essence. It kind of feels like that energy. With the Six of Wands, interesting, because the last reading got the Six of Wands as well. I feel like you're destined for greatness. There's a feeling of the Six of Wands is recognition and appreciation. It's receiving, again, some kind of windfall, possibly. You could be getting a bonus of sorts, but also some form of, which the Chariot is public recognition as well. There could be some kind of community award, or, you know, maybe you're getting like the nicest yard in the community, like something to that extent. I definitely feel like your fortune is shifting at this point, and I definitely feel like you're on board with your spirit, your higher self, and moving in that direction. And the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 24, adjacent possibilities. I feel like this is why I chose this one, but that's okay. Adjacent possibilities pertaining to number 11, sudden wealth. And so when I was talking about the Seven of Cups and having all these dreams and desires and opportunities coming in, and yes, you do need to have a focus or a desire to move towards one. I mean, you don't, or all at the same time. You don't want to be sat in an energy of non-movement, right? Like you have all these opportunities coming in. But I feel like that's the adjacent possibilities. And I feel like you cannot fail. Like everywhere you turn, there's great fortune and sudden wealth. I feel like you're turning a chapter. We do have the Emperor card, Aries energy. This could be coming from, excuse me, a boss, but for the majority of you, you could be your own boss. It's also about taking a leadership role in your own life. It's the energy of somebody who is in control, in power. Good grief. Maybe you need to speak your truth. But the Emperor is somebody who embodies all four kings, like they're in charge. And then we have the Strength card, Leo energy. This is, again, being in your personal power, taking your power back from people, places, and situations. For some of you, if there is a boss that you're dealing with that hasn't been wonderful, although I'm not seeing that necessarily, I feel like you could be taking your power back from somebody who maybe had you under their thumb for some time. But all in all, amazing reading, great fortune, sudden wealth. The work and energy you put into something is finally coming back towards you. You're finally receiving the fruits of your labor. I definitely feel like there's a lot of different opportunities that are coming in for you. I feel like it's almost like a cornucopia. Like you can have it all. I mean, if that's what you're desiring. We have... It's time to let go, number 44. So there could be something that you need to let go of. You're going to know what that is, if it is something you need to let go of. Oh, thank you, Clara. I'm reading the chat. Reading the chat. All right, I might do one more reading. One more. Let's see what cards I want to use. Well, I think I put all the other cards up. So I guess we're stuck with the cards that I have. I thought I had... Because I keep moving my myself around the room. All of my cards are on the wall over there. It's all right. We'll stick with what we have. Last reading. Well, that stinks. Leanne was here earlier, and then she must have, well, I think she's at work too. I'm sure she'll watch this later. So, Leanne, I appreciate that you left a message for me to see. Thank you for the happy birthday. I'm bummed that you're not here right now, but that's okay. And Vicky, I haven't seen Vicky in a while either. Although I shifted all my time from like 6 p.m. my time to 2 p.m. my time. But I started thinking there's other people around the world besides, because I am on Pacific time. So I have like people on the East Coast. I've got people in other countries. I figured I should probably be a little bit more open with my timing. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll do some at 6 p.m. again. We'll see. All right. Final reading. I know. I feel like I said that. I feel like I said that on the last one. It's the final. Just kidding. One never knows what I'm going to do. All right. Collective reading. Ooh. Well, we'll see. Okay, I'm getting this song. I think it's Grease. Well, that's not, I mean, that's where the song came from. I don't know who sings it. But I got chills. They're multiplying. And I'm losing control. Oakley dokley. What is that? Oh, the Hierophant. Okay. Overall energy. We have 2. We have 2. So they could be both of your energies. Could be somebody you're dealing with. Take it how it resonates. I didn't even flip that card. We have a happy family. And then we have that was number 4. Number 45, man holding a heart in the reverse. And it's pertaining to courthouse. So it's interesting because immediately you would think, oh, courthouse, somebody, emotions in the reverse. No. I feel like there's somebody who has